with Naomi Rosenblum, and guess what? You got some great art here. Let everybody know about your art.
We do. So today I have a few of my wrestling pieces and prints, and then obviously, yes, you can see some of them right there. We even got the Rock and Cody print that I just painted. And then we have the actual painting right here, which is awesome because you can see what it looks like in person.
It's very awesome. I mean, when I saw it on Twitter,
Yeah.
or X, really,
X,
I was
it's
like,
still
man,
Twitter.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're doing great stuff.
Thank
So where can
you.
everybody get your stuff if they can't come here?
Yeah, so you can get it all on my website. It's just naomirosenblum.com, and I have it all listed there. And if you have any questions, you can always just shoot me a DM, and I'd be happy to help you. So.
All right, awesome. And I just got to ask, what's your favorite food?
Oh my God, my favorite food?
I've been asking everybody.
Okay,
that.
this is crazy, but I love egg salad. I've been on like a big egg salad kick recently, which is random, but
It's good.
I love a good egg salad.
All right. Yeah, thank you for coming to brighten my day because I've been stuck with Joey Conway all day.
You've been stuck with Joey Conway, but he's got the cool mustache that does the loopy thing. It's pretty cool.
Does, but sometimes he's very mean.
He's very mean.
Yeah, he's not like you.
He's being mean to my buddy.
He is.
Where is he?
He's right behind me.
He's right behind you?
Right behind.
Well, you told Joey Conway right behind you that the princess has some words for him.
Oh, she does, right?
Yeah, I heard you're being mean to my buddy.
That's me.
With your flip,
Me.
this guy.
That's not your buddy.
This is my buddy.
That's nobody's buddy.
He's my
Nobody.
buddy. I just said.
Nobody really likes him.
This is
That's
look. See,
it.
buddy.
You're so mean.
Listen, I will
They can't
candy
hear you,
crush
but-
you and your fancy mustache, okay?
Oh.
Don't be mean to him. I dare you to try it. Try it. Anytime.
Trained me, shown me guidance are on these walls, and it feels bizarre and surreal to be joining.
The hottest guys. He's broke. He's got more bling than my pickup.
Hey, Mondo, what is up, brother?
Jacked in 10, that is, Papa Dick. You gotta get it right. Jacked in 10.
He's an outright kind of guy. But listen, we got Slime Bowl City.
Amity is trashy. Dolly, what are you doing? Scream Queens is what I like it, Dark Papa Dick. You don't? Are you scared of the Dark Papa Dick?
It's great. It's great. I can't wait. That Titan has left. Mark my words, Harry.
I'm doing great. How are you?
We just talked to O'Shea.
And this is cool. You know, now I'm not only athlete, but
Very spicy.
You got the dirt.
I'm always making a name for herself and let everybody know all about your merch right now.
I'm gonna try to get through to her. That's my
We buy 100 of them at 87 cents each. That's $8.07, right? Yeah. Or no?
I wish I could.
Right here, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing fine.
I lost my voice because of a huge choke slam. You'll see that. I'll post it. I'm sorry about that.
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and today I have a very special guest all the way from Florida. I'm in New York. I know it's an early afternoon show, so I kind of just woke up. Let me bring to you the one, the only, Jake St. Patrick, joining me today. Hi.
What's going on, Papa Dink? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great up here in New York. It's starting to get a little bit warmer, and I don't have to be cold no more.
Well, I'm originally from Illinois, and that's why I moved out of Illinois and moved to Florida. I can't do cold weather anymore.
Facts. Unfortunately, I'm stuck here for reasons that are beyond my control. But you got to make the best in life, right?
Yes, you do.
But let's get into some wrestling that we both love. You got Rise of the Empire coming out on April 4th. Tell me what is going on at Rise of the Empire.
Well, actually, Jake St. Patrick is not booked at Rise of the Empire.
That is fantastic.
Heartbreak Jake is scheduled to appear at Rise of the Empire.
Now what's
so that's my other one of my other quadruplets.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
you know.
Sounds like he's breaking hearts everywhere.
He's fun for the ladies.
All right. Man, you just threw me off. You know that, right?
Hey, Jake of all trades. Never know what to expect.
100%. All right, let's go into the beginning. Let's let everybody know how you fell in love with this wonderful world of professional wrestling.
When I was a young pup, I used to cry a lot, as I was told as a baby.
Oh.
Bottle, cry. Pacifier, cry. Food, cry.
Uh
Sit me in front of a TV, shut right up.
huh.
So they would sit me next to my granddad.
Uh-huh.
He'd watch his old country westerns. He'd watch his boxing, and he'd watch his wrestling.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of where it started. You know, turned 5 years old. We had a VHS of the 1991 WWF, not WWE yet, WWF Royal Rumble. The case had Macho Man Randy Savage, Jake the Snake Roberts, Mr. Perfect, Hulk Hogan, Earthquake, Typhoon, Demolition, Legion of Doom, Boss
Wow.
Man, Big Boss Man. It had a plethora of people on that cover. So I was like, oh, colorful cover. Pop it in. First match, the Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels versus the Orient
Yeah.
Express, Pat Tanaka and Kato with Mr. Fuji. Sold on the first match. And here we are now.
That is awesome, man. All right. Who was your favorite growing up?
Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels.
The one and only Heartbreak Kid. He was my favorite too.
Yeah, man. I mean, I grew up, watching, the oldies. I watched Ric Flair. I watched Dusty Rhodes. I mean, I can even go back to Gorgeous George and Buddy Rogers. Like
Wow.
my granddad went all the way back.
Right into the
Like,
history.
yeah, so he was watching NWA, AWA, Smoky Mountain,
Wow.
Georgia Championship Wrestling. He would watch anything that came on in Illinois. He'd find it.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Let's go to what made you decide to become a pro wrestler, and where did you go train? Who were your trainers?
Um, what made me decide to be a pro wrestler? Honestly, again, just watching it, I fell in love with it. I used to watch a lot of TV as a kid. Um, I watched a lot of comedy stuff. So I grew up on Martin, the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, In Living Color, the Wayans brothers.
Oh man, those are all the
You know,
shows I used to watch.
yeah, man. I grew up on that stuff.
That's when I first saw
So
J Lo.
yep. That's where you first saw Jennifer Lopez. That's where you first saw Rosie Perez,
Yeah.
Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
David Allen Greer, Keenan Ivory Wayans, Tommy Davidson, like all of those guys. So watching that stuff gave me like sort of a personality or sort of a character, so to speak, as a child, because I would just emulate, what I'm watching on TV.
Right.
So now that translate into what I do now with professional wrestling. But again, it was a mix of sports and theater slash drama. And that's kind of like all I watched as a kid was sports and
Drama.
TV.
Yeah.
So I love professional wrestling from again 5 years old. I even said I wanted to grow up to be a professional wrestler, and then high school came, and then I started playing football.
Okay.
So football kind of took a front seat, wrestling kind of sat in the back,
Okay.
maybe even got in the trunk. And then I went to college. I was on the football team for 2 years. Ended up getting cut from the football team, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? So it was intramural sports in college until I graduated, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? I can't hit anybody. Lo and behold, there's an independent promotion running shows literally around the corner from our grandma's house. So went to the building, talked to the owner of the building. I said, hey, can you get me in touch with somebody from this wrestling show? Had the flyer in my hand. He gave me the guy's number. His name is Bear St. Pierre. Shout out to Bear St. Pierre.
Shout out.
Called him. He said, well, if you're really interested, what are you doing this Thursday? And this was in September of 2014. And I said, well, after I get off work, nothing. He said, okay, come to the building. We'll set up the ring and we'll see what you got and we'll go from there. So it was just me and him set up the ring. I ran my first ropes. I took my first bumps, had a headache after that, but fell in love with it instantly. And I was like, how much do I owe you? So Bear St. Pierre was my first trainer, followed by Jordan Perry. Bear taught me like most of the basics, and especially how to slow down because Bear's a big guy. His name is Bear.
Right.
But Jordan was the smaller of my trainers, so he taught me, more of the fast-paced stuff. So my first original trainers were Jordan Perry and Bear St. Pierre. And then not even a full year after I started training, I moved to South Florida. I had already had my first match in March of 2015.
Uh-huh.
So I moved to South Florida, which is now known as the CCW training facility, but back then it was known as the Main Event Training Center.
Right.
And it was ran by Pablo Marquez, Rusty Brooks, God rest his soul, Jimmy Janetti, Gangrel would pop in, and Rocky Johnson would pop in every so often.
Oh wow.
So I had a plethora of coaches teaching me different ways, again, the psychology, um, slow down, less is more, pretty much the basics of professional wrestling. But it was just, sharpening my skills at that point and also developing a character.
So you had some advice from Rocky Johnson?
Oh yeah.
What's the best advice he gave you?
Give me a little razzmatazz. I will never forget him saying that. Come on, give me a little razzmatazz. Give me some And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but it sounds good.
Right.
But
awesome.
like what he meant was, give me some showmanship.
Yeah,
give me some flair, give me some pizzazz, give me something. Give me something to cheer or to boo.
Right.
Do something to not necessarily waste time, but to get yourself over.
Gotcha.
Like how he would do the footwork and he would do the punches and stuff like that. He's like, do something like that.
Something like
Like
that.
if you're playing a video game, do the little taunt button.
Okay. All right. For those that don't know, that is The Rock's father.
Yes,
those that
yes.
don't know.
God rest his soul too, man. Good man.
God has rest his soul. All right. Robert says, I like the sunglasses. Okay.
Thank you.
They're pretty cool. All right. Let's talk about your first match. Who was your first opponent, and what were your thoughts during your first match?
My first opponent was my trainer, Jordan Perry. It was a singles match.
Uh-huh.
I will say I was very, very nervous because, again, my first match, and it's against my trainer, but I was also comfortable because it was against my trainer. So, like we're training every single day with each other. So I know, his body language, his mannerisms. I know how he moves, like when he moves slow, when he moves fast, so like we're training together. So I was probably more comfortable with my first match than most people probably would be because, again, my first match was against my trainer.
Right.
And honestly, once that music hit, all the nervousness and all the anxiety went away.
All went away, huh?
I mean, again, I played football in high school. I played basketball in high school. I ran track in high school. I'm in a fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi, Fraternity Incorporated, Treacherous Theta Gamma chapter in Eastern Illinois University. I did step shows. I hosted step shows. We did, stroll offs, all types of competition when it comes to fraternity and sorority life.
Right.
So I was kind of used to performing in front of a crowd already. But it was just, a different avenue, different aspect. So I performed in front of crowds playing football, playing basketball, running track, strolling for my fraternity, doing step shows, hosting talent shows and stuff like that. So
right.
College and high school kind of got me prepared for this already without me knowing that it was getting me prepared for it.
Okay. We got two questions for you. One is from Robert. Who is your favorite wrestler?
Oh, we already answered that. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
Robert wasn't paying attention to us, but okay. They joined late. We'll cut him some slack. Serena Rodriguez is the book of the show. She said, if you had to pick any three wrestlers to create a stable with, who would you pick?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah, that is a good one. Any three wrestlers?
Any three.
Okay. Oh, man, that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Tough one.
I'm going to go. Oh, man, there's so many names popping up at me right now.
I'm sure many you know.
Man. Man. Oh man. Oh my God. I can't think of one. Three, like to break it down into three.
Let's give it a moment. Let it settle in.
There's one name that definitely pops in my head, and it was the first name that popped into my head.
Okay.
A person who's gonna be the muscle of the group would be Brian Cage.
Brian Cage. Okay.
I
All
was
right.
thinking of who would be the talker, and then who would be like, not necessarily the muscle, but the technician, the sneaky guy. Like I always, if there's a group or a stable of three, I always think of it that way. I think of a talker, I think of a technician, or like the pure wrestler, and then I think of the muscle.
Okay. All right, Serena. We answered your question. Kinda. Let's
Kind of,
go.
sort of.
Let's go into opponents you want to wrestle. You haven't wrestled yet.
Oh, who
And
haven't I had a singles match with yet?
it doesn't have to be anybody in Florida either. It could be anybody in the United States.
Well, that's the case. My buddy Warren Johnson from Reality of Wrestling. He trains at Booker T's right now.
Okay.
We both are originally from Illinois.
Right.
I actually had when I changed my name from Treacherous Ty Gamble to Jake St. Patrick.
Uh-huh.
Warren, back then was known as Roscoe, was one of my first matches as Jake St. Patrick.
Oh, okay.
So I definitely need to run that one back with him. I need him for sure.
Okay.
I mean, let's stay a reality wrestler right now. I need Will all day.
Go.
I need Chandler Hopkins.
Okay.
I need Zach Zilla.
Okay.
I want Zilla Fatu.
Zilla Fatu.
I want Trey Miguel.
Uh-huh.
Man, this list can go on forever.
It could
man.
go on and on.
This list can go on forever, bro.
Give me a couple more.
Who haven't I had in Florida as a singles?
I'm gonna give you guys names in Florida.
Richard King / Richard Adonis. I haven't had him yet. Noah Vale. Haven't had them yet.
Oh, this is a good question coming
Jay
up.
Vidal. I actually helped train Jay Vidal.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I was there when he took his first bumps. I need him too.
Okay.
Man, like I said, so many names are coming out. What names do you have?
For Florida, I mean Mike Mondo for one.
Okay.
I know Mike Mondo. He's in NWA now.
Okay.
Also, who's in Florida and NWA? Brian Idol.
Oh, Brian. Yeah.
Brian, originally from Long Island.
See, I didn't know that. I thought he was originally from California.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, he's a Long Island guy. But all right, Robert says, what would you call the stable? It's a follow-up to Serena's question.
Money, power, respect.
Money, power, respect. Okay, all right. I want to go into the name. What made you pick the name Jake St. Patrick?
My real name is Patrick Jake. Reverse it, add a Saint.
That's it. All right.
There was really not a lot of thought process that went into that. I was like, okay, I need to change this Treacherous Ty Gamble because one, people couldn't pronounce treacherous, two, people couldn't spell treacherous, and three, I just pulled that name out of my you know what because I needed the name real fast.
Okay.
So when I decided to change into Jake St. Patrick, originally it was supposed to be a darker version of Treacherous Ty Gamble, but as my character development happened, a lot of people thought that I based my name off of this show called Power.
That's what I was thinking.
A lot of people thought that, but what's funny is that I had heard of the show, but I had never watched not one episode. And by the time I changed my name to Jake St. Patrick, I think they were about to release season 3 of Power.
Of the original.
So again, I hadn't watched it yet. I hadn't watched Power probably until, oh God, I want to say maybe late 2016, early 2017, where I binged watched like the first 3 seasons. And then I was like, oh, okay, so they think I'm James St. Patrick Ghost. I said, okay, let me run with this real quick. That's gonna be my cousin Jimmy from New York.
Okay.
His dad, my mom, brother and sister.
Okay. All right. I like it.
I kind of run with that now. But yeah, my name process was okay. Let's go Jake with the first name, definitely. I mean, I have it tattooed on my stomach. And I was like, okay, Kirkpatrick. I was like, go Fitzpatrick, Kilpatrick, and and then St. Patrick. So it was literally between Kilpatrick and St. Patrick. And I
Okay.
was like, you know what? Every day St. Patrick's Day. Let's run with that.
I love it. I love it. Burn After Rolling Podcast Network. Thank you, Rooney, my guy, always working. You got to work all the time, right? 100%. Serena says, if you had to pick one name to have an intergender match with, who would you pick? That is a good one. I was thinking it too.
Ooh, okay. If they're in the independents,
Intergender. I love it.
if they're in the independents, I gotta go with my sister, Ruthless Lala.
Ruthless Lala.
That's my sister. That's my sis.
I didn't know you knew Lala.
Oh, that's sis right there, bro.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
sis. So yeah, if I could have any intergender match, she would be the first one.
Lala.
I've only had an official match with one woman, and it was a triple threat match, and it was Sky Blue.
Really?
She's the only woman that I've ever had any type of match with, official match. Now, of course, practice match is a different story.
Okay.
But official on a show match, she's the only woman I've ever had a match with. But again, it was a triple threat. It wasn't a one-on-one.
That's awesome. I just saw Lala actually yesterday.
I just talked to her last week.
Sunday. She had a show. Robert says J-Rod from OVW.
I mean, I actually want to run one. So I got another guy from OVW, Will Austin. We need to run it back again too. We had quite a few of them, but we need to run that back one more time.
Okay. Burn After Rolling says, give me your best receipt story.
Receipt story?
I don't know what that means.
So wrestling terms. What a receipt is if somebody hits you hard or
now I know what you're talking about.
Put you in a hold too tight or too roughly.
How do you get them back?
And you say loosen up, and they don't loosen up. All right, you about to get a receipt.
Right.
So I always ask people if they're a lefty or a righty, simply because there's certain ways that you hit where you gotta take it a certain way.
Right.
So this guy did not tell me he was a lefty, and he gave me a left forearm, and I turned my face the wrong way, expecting a right forearm, and it came quite abruptly. The first one I was like, okay, that's on me, because I didn't realize he was a lefty. All right. Gave me another one. Pow! I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I see where we're going with this. So everyone who knows Jake St. Patrick knows that Jake St. Patrick is a kicker.
Okay.
So when it came to my drop kick, see where I'm going with this?
I see where I'm going. Go ahead.
So he ate that drop kick. I don't want to say I knocked the tooth loose, but
oh, ouch.
But I look. So if my kicks are going high, I'm aiming for your face.
Right.
And I put some hot sauce on that drop kick.
Right.
Normally I don't put as much hot sauce on that one, but on that drop kick, yeah, I put a little hot sauce on that one.
All right. Shout out to Burn After Rolling Podcast Network. My boy BT. I just realized it was you. All right. Lala is a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
That lariat. Ain't nothing to mess with, bro.
Oh man, I saw it in action Sunday. Oh, that poor guy. I think he's still out cold.
Mm-hmm.
Who has been your toughest opponent? Robert wants to know.
Toughest opponent. I've had so many.
Ooh, it's a tough question when you have so many.
Yeah.
Usually one sticks out to someone and be like, oh, okay.
Nah. I pride myself on having bangers. So I mean, I've had a banger with my boy DMC. I've had a banger with Jaden Jet. Uh, let me see who's another one. Uh, Jake Sterling.
Okay.
Steve Sterling.
Steve Sterling. I know Steve Sterling.
You know what? Uh, I lost this match. Jay Alexander from Reality of Wrestling. He's a pretty tough opponent. I mean, everybody there is tough, man. Everybody in Reality of Wrestling is tough.
Everybody at Reality.
Um,
Is that your promotion that you want to go to? Be a part of?
I've been there a few times. I'll be back in May.
Okay. All right. All right.
That's also because just I know a lot of those guys
Right.
didn't realize that they were wrestling at Reality of Wrestling until after I like, wait, you wrestle there too? Oh, wow, small world.
That's awesome.
Oh, there's two more opponents that I wish I have had a match with, but I haven't, and
Okay.
that's Malik Bosidi and Eli Knight, both members of Culture Inc. I've not touched them not once yet, and I need to.
Okay. All right. Best advice you got for Booker T.
Uh, don't oversell.
Don't oversell.
Don't oversell. If you like, so I was chain wrestling, and again, I'm very dramatic, very theatric. So you put me in something, I'm gonna get me out.
Right.
Don't do that. Not in the beginning, because now you're gonna annoy someone to where they want to see you get beat up. So don't do so much of that.
That's good advice from Booker T.
So that I've actually trained at Reality Wrestling a couple times, and there was a couple times where Booker T was actually in there, and there was one day where I was doing that, and he gave me that advice. He said, just don't do so much of it in the beginning. Maybe towards the end of the match where after you've been beaten up, but in the beginning, ain't nobody really touched you yet. So
Okay. Good advice. Other promotions you want to work for?
Future Stars of Wrestling in Vegas.
Okay.
OVW.
OVW.
Again, I want to go back to the Reality of Wrestling. I want to wrestle for Dog Pound. That's Jazz and Rodney Max promotion in San Antonio. I would like to wrestle for Freelance back home in Chicago.
Okay.
Action. I want to wrestle for Action in Georgia. I'm actually going to the Shane Shamrock Cup in July at Maryland Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
A
lot of good places.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff.
I really haven't been in that East Coast area. Closest I've been to the East Coast was I wrestled once in North Carolina, but that I also want to wrestle for Ashe Wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get to that East Coast. I want to get to the West Coast. Yeah, man, I want to be everywhere. I want to be everywhere. I've already been in the Midwest. I got to go back to the Midwest to, I guess, remind them of who I am, because they act like they forgot. So I need to go back home in the Midwest and remind them. I want to take over Texas. I want to go all through Texas. I want to go all through Georgia. I've heard there's some decent promotions in Louisiana. I want to knock a couple of those off. Definitely want to go to Future Stars in Vegas, Firestar in Carolina. Man, I just want to be everywhere.
I hear you. I like to see you have a match if Lala, Isaiah Wolf.
Yeah, met him. He's actually came down here too. I think Honor Prolific came down here if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no, Isaiah Wolf would be a really good match.
Good stuff. Have it here in Long Island, New York.
I'm gonna find my way up there.
Gotta find your way up there, man. That way I can meet you in person. Have you ever wrestled in Missouri? Anywhere in Missouri?
Nope. I trained in Missouri.
Okay.
Harley Race, another one. God rest his soul. He had a 4-week wrestling camp out in Troy, Missouri.
Okay.
And that is when I learned that you have to get a wrestling license in certain states.
Yes.
And Missouri is one of them. Kentucky is another one. I can't name any more. I know those are the two for sure that are in the Midwest area.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a really good experience. They had 3 rings in there, a small beat up ring, medium decent ring, and their show ring. Um, they have a promotion as well, World League Wrestling (WLW). I actually wouldn't mind wrestling for
Yes.
them too.
World League Wrestling.
That would be
All right.
that would be a nice little full circle moment.
Let's talk some hobbies. What does Jake like to do for fun? What hobbies you got?
uh, I mean, I'm the jack of all trades, so I do it all, man. The real me, I like to sit in the house. I don't like to go outside.
Okay.
If
You like to hang
if
out
we
at
talking
home?
about if we talking about the real me, yeah, I've been outside too much. I used to go outside a lot as a kid.
I got my experience.
In college, I was always outside at parties or at some type of kickback or get together. Even after I graduated college, I was still, trying to hang and kick it. But then once I got into wrestling, like all of that kind of ceased to exist. Is like, nah, man. Like if it ain't wrestling, I really don't want to be outside.
My hobbies are behind me.
Yeah, my hobby, professional wrestling is my hobby. It's literally my life. If I'm not doing nothing that has to do with professional wrestling, I'm watching something on Netflix or something like that.
Okay. Favorite food?
Hot wings.
I love hot wings.
With a little bit of ranch, even though I'm allergic to dairy, so I kind of shouldn't be dipping my wings in ranch, but it's just so good. I can't help it.
I like ranch. I like blue cheese too. But I think blue cheese is my favorite. But I'll do ranch. I'll do
I grew up on ranch. I'm a ranch guy.
ranch. All right. Favorite drink? I don't think actually I've never asked anybody their favorite drink.
Uh, well, I drink a lot of water, but if I
Okay.
had to pick a favorite tasty beverage, I would have to go with pineapple soda.
Pineapple soda. Okay, good, good, good. All right.
Yeah, I'm a
Uh,
I'm a pineapple Fanta fanatic.
gotcha. All
Yeah,
right.
every so often I gotta drink one and get that right there.
I hear that, man. I hear that. All right. Country you want to go to wrestle or train at? Which country would it be?
Anywhere in the UK or Japan.
Okay.
You know what? Let's switch that. Japan.
Japan first.
I
All
want
right.
to go to Japan. I want to go to Japan so bad.
It's
I've
the
heard
number one
nothing.
answer too.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good stories about Japan. My boy Kevin Knight, he was over there. He says, man, it's tough, but it's good. He said they'll definitely get you right and get you where you need to be. So definitely Japan, but I definitely wanna go through that UK too. Those boys ain't no joke either.
100% they're not. All right. Whew, last question. 2025. What are your goals for this year?
I want to have between 40 and 50 matches. I'm definitely on pace for that.
Okay.
I want to have quality matches. I want quality opponents. Guys that are at my level and hopefully guys that are above my level. Now, I don't want to sound too cocky or anything, but it's a lot of it's some indie guys that aren't on my level, and there's some indie guys that are above my level. It's some signed guys that ain't on my level, let's be honest. And there's some signed guys that are above my level. I want to wrestle guys that are above my level. So I want to wrestle the Jacob Fatus. I want to wrestle the Seth Rollinses. I want to wrestle AJ Styles. I want to wrestle those guys. I want to wrestle, Rich Swan and Ricky Saints and Obafemi and Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes and AJ Francis and Casey Navarro. I like Trey Miguel, Wesley. I want to wrestle all those guys. You can't get better unless you're wrestling guys that are at your level or above your level. I mean, you can still get better, you know, wrestling guys that may or may not be at your level, but the amount of experience that you get working with guys that are above your level, that have been signed, that know what it takes to be signed, or that just have that it factor, I need that. I need those guys.
All right, awesome. Jake, thank you for joining me on the podcast.
Oh man, thank you for having me. Anytime, anytime. Thank you
Appreciate,
guys for having me so much.
appreciate you coming on. You got to come back.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you guys want to follow my socials, I'm on
Yes.
Facebook at Jake St. Patrick. That is JAKEST.PATRICK. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that's still Jake St. Patrick. That's JAKE.ST.PATRICK. If you find the one with the underscore, that one was hacked. Don't follow that one. And also on it's not called Twitter anymore. It's called X. You can follow me at Bangarang Jake. That is BANGERANGJAKE. And
What about?
also follow my YouTube channel. Like it, subscribe. Jake St. Patrick Wrestling. You'll see me in there with the green trunks. I actually need to update that photo because I just got new gear.
You got new gear? Awesome.
Oh
Where,
yeah.
where can somebody get some of your merch?
Right now it's in person. Like I said, I literally just got new gear and it costed a pretty penny. So I'm in the process of getting new Jake St. Patrick shirts, Jake St. Patrick rubber bands. I even just got an idea from a kid that said, "Hey, you should get some stickers too." So now I'm on Jake St. Patrick stickers.
That's
So
awesome.
shirts, stickers, and rubber bands are coming. I do have necklaces. I do have shamrock shades. I do have 8x10 photos, but those
That's
are all
awesome.
sold in person. Once I get the t-shirt thing rolling, I'll start shipping those out if necessary.
Awesome. Good stuff, man. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
As for me, I got a blog coming out this week. Actually, tomorrow. My new blog will be the Big Titan event. It'll be on my YouTube channel, and it'll have Nixon Newell, who everybody knows as Tegan
Tegan.
Knox.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got to have a moment to chat with me.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm also hanging out with, if I can find the graphic, there it is. The cause of it all, Joey Conway right there. Oh my God,
Okay.
he's so evil, that guy.
That's a nice beard.
It is a nice beard. The little mustache thing is really cool.
Uh-huh.
But don't tell him I said that. And also featured on the blog will be Naomi Rosenblum, who's got some great art out there. And you may have seen
I
her on
seen it.
X and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So nice. I think I was her first interview, to be honest with you. She was super nervous. This week I have, actually later on today at 7, I have Stan Michael joining me.
Okay. I'm gonna check that out. Stan Michael R&B. Okay.
He's got a good singing voice. He'll be on with me later, as well as the Sniper. He will be on with me on Wednesday as well. Sean Donovan from Creator Pro over here in New Jersey, the New Jersey branch. He's joining me. And he's very selective from what I heard about being on a podcast.
Hey.
So thank you to Serena for hooking that up. And from OVW, Jake Lawless this Friday night. Woo! OVW is hot. And Jake will be joining me this Friday. Coming up for me, another level domination from Titan Championship Wrestling as BJ Savage takes on the Wrecking Ball himself, Wrecking Ball Legursky from the NWA. James Storm will be in the house, as well as Mike Mondo and Danny Briggs.
Yeah, my boy Danny. I love Danny. I love Danny so much.
This is like a stacked card. It really is. 3 cage matches that day.
Oh, jeez.
So
I've never been in one.
Oh, you gotta be in one. That's got to be on your list.
It is. It's on my list.
All right. Make sure everybody goes to Titan Championship Wrestling, get their tickets. I'll also be on. I don't have the graphic now, but I'll have it on later on tonight. NYWC presents Aftermath. Oh, wait. Actually, here it is. Aftermath coming up this Saturday. The Fusion Championship is on the line as the NWA's Slime Ball Sage Chance takes on Jorge La Bestia for that title this Saturday at Aftermath. Go to NYWCProWrestling.com to get your tickets. This May, I'm going to FanFest 3 from SICW in St. Louis, Missouri. We got the Bill Apter Show Friday night, the FanFest itself on Saturday, the St. Louis Hall of Fame, and then the SICW show at night featuring the Bruiser Brody Memorial. And the cup will be given to the winner by Bruiser's widow, Barbara Goodish. A lot of stuff going on, Jake.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I need some coffee, man.
Yeah, and a few energy drinks. Goodness.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to go to this website to get my coffee. PrinceNanaCoffee.com. Get your coffee from Prince Nana. It's actually pretty good. So, hook up Prince Nana. He's got some good stuff, and he's doing great things.
Okay, I definitely got to try some. I just became a coffee guy recently.
There you go. And then we got some news that came out earlier. Titan Championship Wrestling is traveling to Arkansas, and they're teaming up with TNR in the Nature State Collision Saturday, August 16th. Make sure you go to Titan Championship Wrestling for further details. Matches hopefully will start getting announced later on by I would hope by June, you would think. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on, Jake.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate you coming on 100%. Thank you for
man,
joining
I appreciate
me.
you having me, man. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Everybody else, I'll be back at 7. Jake, hold on for a minute.